A fish shaped by darkness underground with no externally visible eyes can still appear in surface water when Papua New Guinea's wet season arrives. The Kikori blind gudgeon was found in the upper Kikori river system in a creek flowing from a cave into the Mubai River. That river is a tributary of the Kikori, linking the cave outlet to a larger river network. Its cave life adaptations are visible in what is missing: reduced pigmentation and vestigial eyes that cannot be seen externally. These features are consistent with life in darkness, though the full underground system remains unknown. When wet season water flows through the system, the fish is frequently found in the surface creek under stones. A net is placed downstream before a stone is turned over, revealing where the fish has settled. Local people have long caught the fish for food, even as only 3 known specimens are held by the Western Australian Museum. Rub a leaf of this ordinary-looking New Zealand shrub, and it releases a rotten cabbage smell. Coprosma foetidissima is a small shrub or tree found from coastal forest to subalpine shrubland across New Zealand. Its leaves are only about 30 to 50 millimeters long and lie in a single plane along each branchlet. Crushing the leaves releases methanethiol, also called methyl mercaptan, a sulfur compound responsible for the odor. The compound escapes when the leaf is damaged, turning a simple touch into a sharply recognizable smell. The same plant later produces yellow to orange-red fruits, each only 7 to 10 millimeters long. Birds primarily disperse these fruits. Its range also reaches Stewart Island and the Auckland Islands alongside mainland New Zealand. The name Coprosma comes from Greek words for dung and smell, reflecting this species' place in the genus's naming. Yet the 2023 New Zealand assessment listed it as not threatened. This tiny Ugandan jumping spider is named literally for a hexagon, not in its behavior but in the hard upper surface of its body. Green hexagon lives in Uganda's Budongo forest. Like other spiders, its body has a front section called the cephalothorax and a rear abdomen. The carapace is the cephalothorax's hard upper surface. From above, it forms a characteristic hexagon. Its widest point aligns near the rearmost row of eyes. The defining geometry is only millimeters across. The cephalothorax is roughly 1.7 to 2 millimeters wide, while the abdomen reaches about 2.2 to 2.5 millimeters long. White hair patches near the eyes and different leg colors visibly distinguish females from males. First described in 2024, the species received the name green hexagon. The name records a small, hard surface that gives this living spider its clearest clue: a clearly visible geometric hexagon in miniature. Medieval Iberia had a fast, ash-colored wild horse or horse-like animal called a zebro, but it was not the striped African zebra familiar today. Its identity is still unresolved. Written descriptions place the zebro below domesticated horses in size but above red deer. They mention a darker muzzle, large ears, a stripe along its back, great speed, and a nature difficult to tame. Those details came from accounts treating it as wild game rather than as a farm animal. Medieval writers did not establish stripes beyond the dorsal line. Its hides were used for shoes and shields. Hunting and human pressure reduced its range across Iberia. By the 14th century, only isolated populations remained, including one near Chinchilla. A 1576 document described the last chinchilla animals in the past tense, placing their disappearance by the 16th century. Portuguese explorers may later have carried the name zebra to Africa, but the connection remains uncertain. In Edo period Japan, a decoction of senbei was added to laundry against fleas and lice. Senbei is Swertia japonica, a biennial herb native mainly to Japan. It spends 2 years growing before its white, purple-veined flowers open. It grows mainly in Japan, with populations also reported in Korea and China. Its white flowers, marked with purple veins, span about 2 to 3 centimeters. People harvested it as the traditional medicinal herb called tiaku. The Wakan Sansai Zui records a decoction, meaning the herb was boiled in water before entering the wash. Senbei's defining feature was extreme bitterness, said to remain after 1,000 boilings. The same herb was not limited to fabric. It was mixed with glue and applied to bamboo or folding screens against insect damage. One plant therefore appears in the record in 2 household roles, a medicinal herb and a treatment for laundry and screens exposed to pests. A prescribed burn in Nevada became the Little Valley Fire when wind-driven embers crossed its perimeter and ignited dry vegetation. The planned burning ran from October 4 through 7 in Washoe Valley. Mop-up continued until October 13 as crews checked and cooled completed units. The work was meant to leave each unit secure after flames stopped. But long-term drought had left dry duff, decaying plant material, ready to catch. Heat remained in tree stumps while narrow humidity conditions and strong winds increased ignition pathways. The dry duff connected surviving heat to fresh fuel near the perimeter. At about 1:38 a.m. on October 14, embers blew into brush and vegetation. The fire ultimately burned 2,291 acres, destroying 23 homes and 17 outbuildings. Rain helped suppression, but the burned landscape still held a new risk: flash flooding and mudslides in the fire scar. Suppression reduced the flames, yet saturated slopes could still send debris downhill through the fire scar. A New Zealand tiger beetle may be more than an insect in one Ngāti Whātua cultural account. It could be a manifestation of Kikori, a demigoddess. The species is Neocicindella tuberculata, placed within Ngāti Whātua's cultural landscape in New Zealand's lower Northland Peninsula. Its rohe or traditional territory gives that account a specific place. 5 interconnected hapu or subtribes make up Ngāti Whātua: Te Uriohau, Te Roroa, Te Tau, Ngāti Whātua o Kaipara, and Ngāti Whātua o Orke. Those hapu can act together or independently. That rohe reaches across the Kaipara region, Tamaki Makarau, and Wangari Harbor. The beetle is understood through its physical form and knowledge attached to place. So, within this specific account, the insect can be encountered as a species and as a possible presence of Kikori. Its meaning comes through knowledge tied to Ngāti Whātua's rohe. It is not a claim about every Maori iwi. Stephen King was expelled from Bible College after 6 months for refusing to wear shoes. Later, that barefoot identity became part of a decades-long life protecting New Zealand's native forests. Before Bible College, King studied horticulture at Massey University and had worked with native plants from a young age. He left that course to attend Bible College in Christchurch. In 1978, he joined a group protesting logging by spending a week in an ancient totara tree. The tree sitting made the logging protest visible far beyond the forest. King also helped lead the Maruia Declaration, a petition demanding legal protection for native forests. It gathered 341,000 signatures, and protections followed for native forests on the West Coast. In 1980, King helped establish the Native Forest Restoration Trust. Its nursery propagated totara, kaikatea, and matai. That work turned protest into a long-term effort to restore native forest.